System.out is an object that allows you to print to the standard output device or the console, and we do that by calling one of these methods, such as println, which prints this string followed by a new line character. So the next thing that we print is going to be in a new line. Another option is to use the method print, which is similar. It prints that string but without adding a new line character at the end. Finally, we have Printf, which allows us to format the string that we want to print, and it's particularly useful for formatting floating point numbers like double. So here in this example, we're going to output this number up to 2 decimal places. And it's similar to print in the sense that it doesn't automatically add a new line character at the end, but we can do that by adding %n or \n. So all of this should be familiar from the previous lectures. What we're going to do today is to output these statements to a file instead of the standard output. In the previous lecture, we saw how to input from a file using a scanner object, but instead of system.in, we used a file reader object. Again, here, we're not going to make a lot of changes in our code. We're only going to change the type of object. Instead of system.out, we're going to use another object that allows us to output to a file. That object is called PrintWriter. PrintWriter is another predefined Java class that we can import and use in our program. So first, let me define the reference variable. I'm going to call it pw equals new PrintWriter. And here I need to initialize this PrintWriter by specifying the file where I want to write the output. So we need to specify the full path to that file, or if we don't specify a path, then it will be output to a file in the same folder as the project. So for example, I can just type output.txt. This file right now does not exist. Let me show you what I have in this project folder. Last time I created input.txt, and the rest are files automatically generated from NetBeans. So I don't have output.txt. When we create a PrintWriter object and we specify a file, that file will be created as part of this command. If there is a file that already exists, then the file will be replaced. Of course, we need to import PrintWriter to be able to use it here, so I'm going to add this import statement. PrintWriter is also in java.io. So now in my program, instead of system.out, I'm going to use pw, and that's almost the only change that I need to make. So this PrintWriter object has all the methods that we have with system.out. So we can use println, print, or printf. Okay, so everything that we can output to the console here, we can also output to a file. That's almost everything, but we do need one more statement, which is to close the file, and we can do that using the close method. Closing the file after writing is actually not optional. If you don't close it, you might not see the full output in your file. Okay, so make sure you add this command. Let's save this and run the code and see what happens. See, we don't have any output here in the console. Let me show you what happened in the folder. You see here we have this new file, output.txt. So the file was successfully created, and if we open it, you see the output that we specified.